My experience dancing with Jorge has been magical. I love dancing with him. Our emotions are real. The moment we lock eyes and smile, in our minds, we're saying, "Get ready, audience, because here we come."
Jorge has so much energy. He's one of the most vibrant people you'll ever meet. He's always smiling and so full of energy that any conversation with him is guaranteed to lift your spirits. And that exuberance translates to what you see on the stage.
It's such an infectious energy that he has that makes you fall in love with the work of the Ensemble Español, with theater and the performing arts, and what the arts can do for your life.
I first met Jorge Perez when I was 15 years old. I walked into the studio for a class with Dame Libby Comaico, and I remember as a Latino male, to see another Latino male who was a professional dancer, it meant a lot to me, because in our culture, dancing is not viewed as a profession. And to kind of see someone who's doing it at that young, impressionable age was impactful.
He has such an extraordinarily wide-ranging career, not only as an extraordinary artist in performance and in choreography, but in the administrative leadership. His understanding of what it takes to be a successful artist in the field of dance, and how much it takes in support from so many different constituencies. This is something that he has been growing into for the last 20 years.
Jorge, when he stepped in as the leader, what he understood immediately was that I need to be connected to the arts culture in Chicago. And in that way, Ensemble's message will spread.
He's worn so many hats, and still does. He wears lots of hats at the same time right now. I think all of those experiences he had coming up as a young dancer and, kind of just really becoming part of the infrastructure of Ensemble Español really contributes in so many ways to just who he is for our whole community. He knows what it's like to be a scrappy, struggling dancer. And so he has a sympathy and an empathy for the companies and the dancers that have come after him. And he's also a really savvy businessman and knows the value that dance across the board has for our community.
In believing in an arts community that is diverse and rich in culture, while other people profess to believe in those things, Jorge is a doer, and he does the work to create a community that we all want to be a part of.
Anyone that knows Jorge knows that he's passionate about people. When he speaks to you, he's looking at you and really wants to know about you. That creates deep connections in the Chicago cultural community. And those connections remain year over year because people don't forget that kind of connection.
Jorge knows about all of the variations of flamenco that exist in Spain, so we enlisted his help in planning this donor trip to Spain. There's a type of flamenco danced in caves, and we were in a performance space in a cave, and I looked across the room at Jorge, and he could not have been more excited to share what he knew about this type of flamenco, and it was a sight to behold.
Jorge brings a lightness and an energy into every room he walks into. We share advice, suggestions, ideas. He is respectful, ethical, and he is so funny. Jorge always finds the good in everything, and he is the most positive person you will ever know.
He's living squarely with his feet in reality, and yet has a real optimism and positivity about what can be done and what it takes in terms of bringing people together to get things done.
What you see on stage is the Jorge you see in real life. And I've seen through him the importance of that. Because in doing that, you build these connections and people feel like they know the authentic you.
I think champion is the perfect word to describe Jorge, the role that he assumes in the community, the way he's viewed by his peers. He is so enthusiastic and loves the community and the work that he does so much.
I think if Bea Spachner and Jorge had ever met, they would have been kindred spirits. Her intensity, her fortitude, and her role at the Auditorium and salvaging this great space, I would say that they would have had so much in common. Although he would have been the performer and she was a great supporter.